Hello, everybody. The topic we have chosen today for our group project is cultural humility and safety. The team members are myself, Bettina, Heidi, and Judy. The agenda for today is the land acknowledgement, cultural humility and safety theory, project examples and analysis of CD practice, theories, principles, and strategies, reflection, improvements, and summary. Land acknowledgement. We would like to respectfully acknowledge that we live, study, and build community on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territories of the Squamish Nation and the Tsleil-Waututh Nation. As learners, we are grateful to be here and to learn how community, relationships, and knowledge have been carried on this land for generations. We hope our work in community capacity building continues in the spirit of respect, connection, and shared responsibility. Cultural humility and safety. The core idea of this theory is to promote respectful engagement, create self-awareness and self-reflection, build relationships across cultures, be receptive to lifelong learning. So the four examples of community initiatives we all have done. The first example is an dot mandala art workshop done by myself. The second is a healing workshop done by Heidi. The third is an English learning workshop done by Judy, and the fourth is a neurodiversity playdate done by Bettina. So it all started when I was attending some multicultural cooking programs hosted by United Way. I met with the community engagement coordinator and became friends with her. She told me about the grants they offer and encouraged me to apply for one and do a community project. I felt very motivated seeing other participants do their project and talk about it, so I applied for the grant. Arts is something that I really enjoy, so I thought of doing a workshop. So the workshop brought community members together to create mandala art on white mugs. The participants designed pieces reflecting their stories, cultures, and emotions, fostering self-expression, mindfulness, and cross-cultural connection. The key outcomes: healing and stress reduction through art, cross-cultural sharing and diversity celebration, safe, inclusive, accessible space, community connection and belonging, capacity building and collaboration. Cultural humility and safety in action. Self-expression. Art is a vehicle for sharing personal stories and cultural identity. Respectful engagement, creating spaces where all cultures are valued and honored. Lifelong learning, remaining receptive to new perspectives and continuous growth. Capacity building, strengthening community bonds through collaborative creativity. Artists are the one asset that exists in every community.
And the second workshop I done was the meditation mandala and Reiki workshop that happened in Mount Pleasant community with this neighborhood small grants. In the fall of 2024, our Mount Pleasant community came together for a nonprofit workshop designed to promote collective healing and connection. Participants were invited to slow down, meditate, receive Reiki energy, and create their own high vibrational mandala. All material provided, ensuring accessibility for everyone. The atmosphere reflected the essence of autumn, a time to release, renew, and reconnect. Through creative expression and shared presence, participants explored what they were ready to let go of and what new intentions they wanted to embrace. So one participant sent us an email saying, "The session today was just what I needed, especially at this time of year. There is so much stress and expectations. I find it overwhelms me. I find this time of year especially difficult." So this was one voice from the community. This workshop was guided by the principles of cultural humility and cultural safety. Cultural humility emphasizes continuous self-reflection and recognizing that learning from others' lived experiences is essential to genuine connection. Cultural safety ensures that each participant feels respected, seen, and free to express their identity without fear of judgment. These frameworks shape the way we held space. Everyone's background and story were honored as part of the collective healing process. Looking ahead, We hope to deepen this work by collaborating with Indigenous cultural safety and humility initiatives, continuing to learn through shared respect and reciprocity.
The third example uh, is a Chinese seniors English learning group in Metrotown, Burnaby. Many senior immigrants struggle with daily conversations like at clinics, life labs, or shops. Even saying a few words to a receptionist or cashier can make them nervous and feel embarrassed. In reality, they don't need full English. They just want simple, useful sentences for daily life. So the goal of the project was to meet their need, to give them practical language in a comfortable way. To do this, I focused on creating a safe learning environment. Given that the seniors have very limited English skill, I recruited bilingual volunteers to talk with them. If volunteers only spoke English, seniors might not understand and would be afraid to ask questions. But with bilingual support, they felt relaxed. The goal was not perfect grammar, just confidence to speak. This project reflects cultural humility and safety. From the cultural humility lens, recognizing the senior learn differently from younger. From the cultural safety lens, creating a space where seniors feel included and not judged. From ABCD perspective, the community assets used are shown in the figure. Bilingual volunteers, neighborhood house, public library, and NSG support. What I need to improve is building longer-term connection. In the future, I hope to encourage members to help with organizing, add fun activities, and more celebrations. I really agree with the guest speaker, Mr. Paul's point. Everyone has gifts. When people are connected and everyone contributes their gifts, the group becomes more sustainable and the community becomes stronger.
In my example, neurodiversion playdate, it came from when our son receives his autism diagnosis. I felt like the world stopped. Navigating all the family needs in English made it even harder for me. I decided to lean on the community and discovered there weren't any local Spanish language spaces at that time. So I created the AST en Español Facebook group 2 years ago. The idea of family gathering was there, but between my emotional struggles, the demands of my family life, and the lack of time, the months went by. This year I said, if the kids can play, it'd be easier to have a meeting. That's how the idea of neurodivergent playdate was born. A free family event where everybody's welcome. For neurodivergent families, may be a stigma to participate in events because of sensorial, social, communicational, or mental health challenges. Volunteers were called to support, some light snack were provided. I got some toys for donation and a toy swap was encouraged. This event was an opportunity to connect with the parents that experience similar challenges at home and have fun with our kids. This event, supported by a small grant neighborhood and United Way, opened the communication between some families, even from Vancouver or Chilliwack that came. I supported a new leader project for facilitating another one in Burnaby after mine, and I hope to have others in the future. Just a simple idea as meeting together and playing has a meaningful impact for the community, creating safety and inclusion. The community development principles reflected in our practice were promoted community leadership by increasing confidence, skills, and inspiration, enhance quality of living, but focusing on physical and mental well-being. Bottom-up approach where there's active participation and engagement by participants. ABC approach where focus on community assets and strength. Sustainability, as this activity fosters long-term learning, community growth, and personal development skills. Resilience and empowerment by giving members a voice and opportunity to share ideas, opinions, and make decisions in a supporting environment. Partnership and collaboration with organizations to support with finance, resources, and information as NNG and United Way. We deeply realize the power of community leadership. Start small, simple ideas like art workshop, meditation circles, or play date can transform communities by bringing positive change. Build trust, cultural humility, and safety create spaces where everyone feels valued and respected. Sustain together. Individual gifts grow stronger when connected, fostering citizen leadership and lasting change. As Hassan says, social relationships are at the heart of all community development.
Some reflections of our practices. So there are 4 inspiring community projects that brought neighborhoods together through creativity, learning, spiritual healing, and shared experiences. Each initiative demonstrates the power of grassroots leadership and cultural humility in building stronger, more inclusive communities. And next steps, or some improvements, include land acknowledgement in the future projects to respect and honor the land we are on. Awareness and information of workshops through printed flyers at public spaces to accommodate people who don't have access to computer and internet. Actively seek feedback for future reference and sustainable development.
In summary, how cultural humility and safety stand in our projects. From the cultural humility lens, our project leaders demonstrated open-mindedness and commitment to continual self-improvement, promoting respectful engagement with participants. From the cultural safety lens, we created a safety and respectful environment where participants felt valued and supported. Through our projects, we built meaningful relationships across cultures and encouraged a mindset of lifelong learning. Thank you for listening, and a special thank you to Capilano University, our team members, and to NSG and the United Way for their support.